Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be talking about why the T95E6, an American Tier 10 heavy collector, is going to be taking the Blitz comp scene and general scene by storm. Currently, the Stritzvon K is the highest performing Tier 10 with a 60% average win rate. That is crazy high, and because of that, we've seen that Wargaming is planning on nerfing the vehicle in the next update of the game. It's not only losing 160 damage per minute, but its turret armor and super speed boost are getting nerfed as well. So essentially, the tank is kind of being leveled down, which is good. I don't think collectors should be better than tech tree vehicles, and the Stritzvon K is a really cringe and kind of unfair tank to fight. But to balance that, Wargaming's making it a bit more accurate on move. However, the T95E6 is currently a very close competitor to the Stritzvon, at least in my eyes. The tank is fast, reaching a top speed of 50, and unlike the Stritzvon, which relies on a super speed boost to achieve its top speed, this tank just has a constant flow of 50. Add that into the fact this vehicle has 400 alpha rather than 350, and a much better gun on levels of penetration, it's actually a really good competitor. The only real disadvantage this vehicle has is the DPM disadvantage. It currently sits at 3,167, where the Stritzvon has 3,460. But next update, the E6 is getting a DPM buff. It's going to be at around 3,300 to 3,400, which is incredible. And the Stritzvon is losing the DPM to go to about 3,300. You can get what I'm saying here. Essentially, the E6 is getting mega buffed, where it's getting DPM, it's got already mobility, and it's getting more mobility next update, and more accuracy. And the only real downside is a slight penetration nerf, which isn't going to affect anything, especially when you compare it to the 310 APCR that the Stritzvon carries. So, essentially, the E6 is going to be a much better choice. I don't really think there's any reason why, especially after the Stritzvon gets a nerfed turret, why people would choose that vehicle over the E6. So, ideally, what we're going to see is not only the comp scene filled with a lot of E6s, but we're also going to be seeing the pub scene with a lot of E6s, because this tank is incredibly good. It takes the aspects of a medium and a heavy and throws them all into one vehicle. Here we are in our first battle. What do we have up against us? Okay, Leopard and a T92E1 when it comes to mobility. Now, the E6 is not really a heavy, and what I mean by that is for the majority of games you play in this vehicle, you're going to be fighting the mediums rather than you're going to be fighting the heavy tanks. That makes sense because this is such a mobile vehicle. You're going to do better fighting the mediums, especially because this tank doesn't have the most armor. So we're going to try and help out our T92E1 and M48 Patton. But I can't always rely on them because at the end of the day, you don't really know what your teammates are going to do. So let's hope that our heavies are able to hold long enough that we can win medium side. And let's also hope that the enemy 50B goes over to heavy side so we don't have to deal with a clipper. Obviously, the major weak spot for the E6 is that big ol' hatch. It's pretty weak. I wouldn't say it's awful. Like, you will get some bounces with the hatch, but I also would not call it strong by any means. We can see the 57 heavy and, oh, the E100's over here. Well, that's not necessarily what I would call good. The 92E1 has been spotted. We also got the Leopard spotted in the back. Let's aim it on the E100, and what shot me? It would be the 50B, of course, and right in the hatch as well. Unfortunate. So let's see if we can get a shell into the 50B possibly. Unfortunately, that shell just went a tad bit too high. Alright, well we can see the 92E1's camping in the back. We also got the Leopard PTA all the way up top. Can't get a shell into that as of yet. But maybe if we wait, he'll poke again, and he does, and there you go, very easy shot right into the Leopard, and the 92E1 gets a slap in as well. Just like that, I don't think that player's enjoying life all too much. Now, we also got the 50B in the back again. I don't think we're going to be able to get a shell into that player, though. So as of right now, we're going to just try and deal with the C100. The great thing about the E6 is that we have crazy good penetration. The problem is we also got the 92E1 rolling off to my side, and my team has, in other words, kind of screwed me here. Like, where's my team? Well, at least somebody's getting shots into this guy. We're going to get an HE into his tank, and there you go. 644 max roll into the 92E1, which I can't imagine that player enjoyed all too much. Let's see. I'm just going to chill right here, and let's see if we can get another shell maybe into the E100, and a bonk. There you go. I don't know how he hit me there. He wasn't even on my tank, but apparently he still managed to hit us in the lower plate. Well, that sucks. The good news is that, again, We have so much DPM on this vehicle that we can very easily just cut right through the E100. The bad news is that we just got hit by 2 separate vehicles, which made us a one-shot. So I guess there's good things and bad things going on right now at the same time. We do not have enough health to poke this 50B anymore, so I'm going to try and not to. 50B is going to shoot at my Patton. I'm just going to aim and haul down at this guy. There you go. And right through the hatch, instantly as well. So, a great example of the strengths and weaknesses of the E6. The vehicle is very, very strong. Unfortunately, it does fall apart pretty quickly when people start to shoot at your weak spots. I mean, that 50B literally just insta-domed me without any trouble whatsoever, and wow, that E75's aiming is bad. That is very, very Sussler and Mogler, not gonna lie. Our Patton is getting some shells into the 50B, but at the same time has played way too aggressive, and I'm pretty sure is going to end up dying. We got the Badger off to the side, and as of right now, I'm not really sure if we're going to be winning this battle, but I guess we'll find out. Well, I'm not going to say this team was incredibly good, but we were able to win on base cap, so I guess at the end of the day, a victory is a victory. A pretty solid one at that, 3,700 damage, finishing top on the team, even though that game went on for about an additional 2 minutes. You can see just how quick the E6 can farm up that damage and very easily influence the course of the battle. Really, the only reason we died was because the team didn't support me. The 92E1 of Patton just kind of drove away for literally no reason. To be fair, they're both 40% players, so yeah, well, they did better than I expected for their win rate, but it was really disappointing to watch them leave me, because if they had supported me, we very easily could have killed the 92E1 and then finished off the E100 a lot quicker without bleeding any health, but also that E100 hit a really stupid shot on me, so at the end of the day, I think we did fine. The hatch kind of let us down, but that is how the E6 hatch works. People just hit it, and even if it's a 50B that just aims instantly and slaps you, it usually pens. So that is one of the big downsides you have to be careful about with the E6, is that hatch. It's a big side effect of the vehicle. Here we are, battle number 2 up against us. We are seeing a 50B again, a Badger, 60 TP. I mean, they don't have any mobility. Looking at their lineup, they literally do not have a single medium. And neither do we, which is going to be very, very weird. It's not normal to get a lineup where there's literally no mobility, but I'm going to use my tank as a medium because that's essentially what it is. So I'm hoping that we can take good advantage of this, make our way over towards D side and possibly flank them. Again, the E6 is incredibly mobile, so we are basically a medium. We can see that the 50B has decided to go over towards A side. Hopefully our team gets some bleeds out there. I'm kind of hoping that either somebody goes over to D, or even better yet, we can cut across right over to the side of B and catch some tanks off, but we'll find out. Right now, we're just going to make our way right into, well, not into D, but we're going to go right past it. I don't want them to know I'm at the base, so we're going to go right around, and we're going to make our way behind them if I can, because this is what driving these 6 is going to be really good at. It's going to be hopefully getting some farms out. So let's see. There's the Minnow, and there's a Jagdtiger. All right, well, I wasn't wrong. We did run into something. Let's get one shell into the Jagdtiger. Got the Minnow off to the side. All right, well, let's load a heat shell into that player to guarantee the pen. And this is, again, the great example of where this tank just does so dang well. Now, unfortunately, we did end up getting hit. Probably in the hatch. Yep, we can see that shell right in my hatch. I mean, the crazy part is that people just hit the hatch every single shot. That's the part that always baffles me. It's not the fact that the hatch is a weak spot. It's the fact that everybody hits it. Like, bruh. Either way, we've gotten some nice shells out already. Right now, we should be undetected. So I'm just going to poke up this hill. Let's see if I can get a spot into the enemy Jagdtiger. Hello, there you go. Let's back up a bit, and let's get a shell right into his vehicle. Nice. Okay. We also got the Minnow, and you'll notice we didn't get detected. That's because I'm actually making sure we are not seen through the bush. So if I poke this bush, I can spot the Jagdtiger. I can then back up, and I can't see through it, although he was able to actually see me this time. But we've already been able to bring that full health Jagdtiger down to a one-shot, which is pretty nasty. Now we're going to go for another shell into that Minnow. There you go. Easy 370 damage shot. I mean, we are just absolutely tearing this poor enemy team into pieces. Let's aim at another unfortunate heat shell into that Minnow. Our E100 might finish him off, which he did. We also got the Badger all the way in the back, who we're not able to get a shell out into yet. But let's see, is the Jagdtiger still back here? No. To be fair, if I were that Jagdtiger, I wouldn't be either. But never mind, he is back here. Alright, well goodbye Jagdtiger. Thank you for your hit points. At this point, we have the Badger and the 50B. And I'm not really sure what's left, but we're going to try and make our way low, and we're going to try and help out this 113. We obviously have the gun depression to help this guy out, although it looks like he's doing pretty well without me, so maybe he doesn't need my help. 50B looks like he just unloaded his clip, which is going to be good for us. There you go. Nice shell into the Badger once. And we're going to put on our adrenaline, get to the side of the E100, and we should be able to finish him off. Oh, unfortunately not. But I don't think it matters at this point. The 50B is all the way in the back, and that's just a free chunk of HP. A bonk. Thank you for 397 hit points. Let's keep on making our way up into the front line. We're already up to 3,700 damage, which again is insane when you realize just how quick we were able to get this damage out. This is why I like the E6 so much. The gun is just incredible. I mean, this 50B can run as fast as he wants into our Yag and everybody else, and he's still not going to outrun this vehicle. Now, again, I'm not sure why this 50B thought that that was a smart decision. That was the dumbest decision he could have made, but I'm not going to complain. E75 finished off our Contracaro, and I have no clue where he is, but yeah, where the heck is this E75? To finish off our teammate, he couldn't have obviously gone through our spawn. B? Oh, he's mid. Okay, well, that's very weird. I don't know if we're going to get any damage out. The 113 was able to get a shell in, and the C100 might be able to get the shell out before I'm able to. But we'll see. I'm going to load in a heat shell, and nah, unfortunately, we just weren't fast enough. But either way, two incredibly solid games for the T95E6. The first battle, we ended up getting cleared, but the second game, we absolutely cleared, dealing 4,270 damage and pulling out only a second class. We definitely could have done more. Unfortunately, the 113 did very well. That's not an unfortunate thing, but it was unfortunate for our damage. And not only that, but the Ag Panzer just bonks that 50B because the guy wanted to YOLO into the open rather than just hold the spot he was at. Makes sense. Either way, we can see that the E6 is an absolutely fantastic vehicle, and it really just doesn't have any downsides. It's such a good vehicle. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.